Well, tonight, more than 10,000 AIDS activists will lead a global moment of remembrance of Flight MH17 at the opening ceremony of the International AIDS Conference in Melbourne. It's now known that a number of leading AIDS scientists and researchers were on board the plane when it was shot down and were heading to the conference. Our anchor James Chow is a UN AIDS Goodwill Ambassador and will be hosting the opening ceremony. He joins us now from Melbourne. Hi James, how will the tributes play out tonight on stage and how has this tragedy left this mark on this conference?
Well, Pandong, in many different ways is the quick answer to that. The opening ceremony will be creating a moment called a global moment of remembrance. There will be a minute of silence for the 6 people confirmed to have been on their way to Melbourne. That was initially reported at being well over 100, but of course these 6 people were not just brilliant scientists and researchers. Of course, part of this generation of AIDS pioneering has gone with them, but they are really incredible individuals who are being missed not only as colleagues but more importantly as very dear friends. Also at the opening ceremony will be Françoise Barré-Senoussi, the Nobel Prize winner who co-discovered HIV. I've just seen the script, as I will be hosting in about an hour and a half from now. I've just seen the rewritten script, which has been rewritten a number of times since Thursday night. The Prime Minister, Tony Abbott, will not be here for reasons that we'll speak of later due to MH17, but also the Dutch AIDS ambassador will be speaking at the top of the memorial to the victims and to the friends of MH17. So a very special and I suspect a very emotional evening just ahead here in Melbourne.
You know, James, politically, how important is tonight and who will be there to represent Australia?
You have to understand, of course, that the opening ceremony of, say, the Olympics is rather like the opening ceremony of this International AIDS Conference. It really sets the political vision and the political support, the level of political support that the host city is getting. Here in Melbourne, that came right from the very top, the head of government, Prime Minister Tony Abbott. And he was on our schedule right up until Thursday night when we first heard about the plane being shot down over eastern Ukraine. He was taken off because he had to stay in Canberra to manage the political fallout from this crisis, I think can be the only word we can use here accurately. He was then replaced by the Foreign Minister, Julie Bishop, but then I heard about this time yesterday that she had now decided, after very careful thought, to fly on to New York, where she's meeting urgently with United Nations, with its member states, to discuss how they're going to manage also in terms of an international diplomacy level. So the evening will be hosted in respect on behalf of them by Warren Truss. He's the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia, and he's very much going to bring the spirit of focus, of determination, but also of love and compassion as the politics of this disaster marries the politics of the global response to HIV and AIDS.